Hey guys, I'm here at Heritage Arms in Midvale, Utah, taking a look at a couple of guns here. So these are two different Tokarev pistol variants, and we're going to get into the differences between the two. First off, a little history about the Tokarev pistol. It was designed by the Fyodor Tokarev, the same guy who designed the SVT rifle series. And so the guns their designation is the TT Pistol, the TT30, and then the TT33, TT standing for Tula Tokarev. So these guns are chambered in 7.62 by 25, which is pretty much just a straight copy of the Mauser 7.63 by 25 cartridge, except this is a little bit hotter. So you can fire the 30 Mauser cartridge in Tokarev pistols, but not the other way around. So Tokarev, he designed these guns in the early 30s, and the guns are kind of loosely based on a couple different pistol designs by John Browning, and they probably draw the heaviest influence from the 1911. So these are single stack pistols with fairly limited capacity, but for the 30s it was probably good enough. The pistols were meant to replace the aging 1895 revolver, and so the 1895 revolver left a little bit to be desired as far as a sidearm for officers and whatnot. So Tokarev designed this pistol, but the pistol never quite fully replaced the Nagant pistol. And the Nagant pistol was actually made, all the way through World War II. So the pistols kind of served side by side. Now, after World War II and the Soviet Union sort of getting control of the different Eastern European countries, and these, all becoming the Warsaw Pact countries. So each country kind of made their own sort of variant of the Tokarev pistol, and what we have here is an example of a Yugoslavian and a Romanian copy. So the Romanian copy is much more of a straight copy of the Russian Tokarev. It has the same magazine, same length magazine. Pretty much, it's kind of just a Russian, a copy of a Russian Tokarev. The Romanians called these the Ttc Pistol for Tula Tokarev Cougar Tokarev, the name of the factory in Romania that made these pistols. Not sure how to pronounce that. And Yugoslavia, or Serbia, they made their copy here. And the difference being with the Yugoslavian copy is that they extended the grip length to give it one extra round. So if you compare the grips on both guns, you can see the Yugoslavian sticks out just a little bit. Now to me, this standard sort of Russian pattern Tokarev, it's just barely long enough to get my pinky on. It's a little short for my hands, and the Yugo Tokarev has a nice full grip that I don't really have to worry about my fingers slipping off of, and it's nice getting that extra round in the magazine. The only thing with the Yugoslavian ones is that they can't take the magazines for the other one, so the magazines are too short for the other ones, but it won't work. But you can use the Yugo magazines and the other Tokarev pistols, and they just kind of stick out a little bit like that. Another sort of difference between the two handguns is the safeties. Now, these safeties are not original to the design. They were added just so the guns can be imported, because the United States has really, really bad, stupid, dumb import laws. So you have this really kind of weird kind of flip up and down safety right here. That's really hard to do left-handed. And then the little bit more 1911 style safety that's on the Yugoslavian gun. So this is a little bit more friendly to do with your right hand if you're right-handed. Sights are pretty much exactly the same. They're pretty crude, but they're not terrible really for the sights of the time. So the Yugos, they called theirs the M57, just sort of an arbitrary nomenclature, and they actually made a whole lot of other different variants of their M57s. They have a couple compact models that I think they still make today. So this is the M57. They have the M70, the M70A, and then they call the compacts, I think, the M88 and M88A, something like that. So if you love Tokarevs and love the design and everything, but you just want a compact one to conceal carry, I think you could still get them, and I don't think they're really that expensive. The M70A, I think, is being made in 9mm, so it's a little bit, it's a little bit easier to find, on the shelf than the 7.62 by 25. It's getting kind of hard to find. So yeah, if you were trying to decide between the two for whatever reason, you could only get one. I think I would recommend getting the Yugo M57. Just getting that one extra round so you can have 9+1, the extra space on the grip for you to be able to grip it, and also the magazine release is a little bit bigger. So you can see it on the M57 there, and then on the Romanian one, it's pretty small on the Romanian one. So I think the M57 makes a pretty nice kind of a classic sort of comm block style pistol, and I think it's a pretty good addition to just about anyone's collections. So you can see the Romanian, the top of the slide here is just smooth, normal, pretty standard. But the M57 has these pretty cool little anti-glare lines on the top, and then the rear has the Yugo crest, and it's and if you collect Yugo rifles like the M48 or the M98, you might like this because that's the same exact crest that's on the other rifles. So the Tokarev was replaced by the Makarov in the 50s, and the Makarov having a different chambering and just being a smaller, more compact gun. But just because they were replaced by the Makarov, it doesn't necessarily mean that these are bad guns. These are pretty cool shooters to have. Now, the one thing that the Romanian and the other copies have over the M57 is that, like the Romanian one and others, without a magazine, gun of course being clear, you can just pull the trigger on this. There's no magazine safety, but M57, no can do. Magazine safety, magazine has to be inserted to be able to lower the hammer on these. So the one drawback of the M57. All right, so there you go. So appreciate you watching. If you would please subscribe, that really helps me out, and I'll see you next time.